Today we are installing a Curt 13028 Class 3 6,000 pound receiver hitch on this 82 Chevy C10 Squarebody. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use some clamps. Get it up there, get it placed, put the clamp on, check to make sure everything is straight and where it needs to be. And I've used just a soft face dead blow just to kind of tap it around and get it situated where I want it. If you look under here, you've got this little cross member here across the back. And what happens is that's riveted in. Let's see if I can, there you go. There's a hole in the receiver hitch for that. So then the next thing I did is I marked my hole here and here. Now there's another one right underneath this clamp, but that just is what it is. And then I center punched all 4 holes that I can get to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a pilot hole first. And these are 1/2-inch bolts that are going in it. So I'm going to drill a pilot hole about half that size. I'm going to start with about a 1/4 inch bit. And I'm going to drill pilot holes, and then I'm going to step up and I'm going to use the minimal size drill bit that I can to get these bolts to go in. And sometimes you can use like a 7/16 or something just under a half, and these will sometimes fit in there. So I'm going to use the smallest size I can. Alright, so we've got 4. Got 2 there and 2 there. 4 of the 6 holes drilled. And what I've done is I've put the hitch back up there, and I just bolted it on. I didn't tighten the snot out of them. I just tightened them up, just snugged them up so that it would stay put. Excuse me. I've got it lined up where I want it. And there's the other hole right there in the middle. So what I'm going to do, I've got it marked already for where I'm going to drill it. I'm going to leave this hitch in place while I drill these last 2 holes, and I'm going to drill one of them on camera, but I'm not going to drill both of them on camera. I don't think you guys want to see me drilling holes. That's kind of boring. But also, if you notice here, this shim or whatever is kind of up on this bracket, on this little cross member bracket. So what I'm going to do is once I get these holes drilled and get everything ready to go, I'm going to take this one and this one, and I'm going to trim them just a little bit. And I'm just going to mark them, and I'm going to stick them in a vise and use a Sawzall to just cut them off. And that way it'll fit. Instead of being up on this bracket, it'll be right next to it on both sides. And also, they give you a whole mess of brackets. You can see them there, or shims I mean. And some of them go between the hitch and the frame, which I don't have installed just yet. But I'll put them in between and then up on top. And as you can see, they have a square hole in them. And these are carriage bolts. So, alright, I'm going to drill these last 2 holes. shavings get into places you didn't know you had when you're drilling underneath something. That sucks. Especially with this bigger bit. And by the way, excuse me, I did have to use a full 1/2 inch bit. And these 1/2 inch bolts fit this 1/2 inch hole almost perfectly. All the holes drilled. So now I'm going to take this hitch down and I'm going to deburr those 2 holes that I just drilled. I've already deburred the other 4 holes, but I'm going to go ahead and deburr these 2, and then I'm going to stick it back up there. I'm going to put 4 bolts in, and then the 2 on the front, or on the very back actually I should say. I'm going to take those 2 shims and I'm going to go trim them. Alright, so I got my shims. I'll just show you. I got my shims trimmed down. See how that fits behind that. And this one was the worst one. Let's see if I can get the focus. See right there. So the trims are shimmed. The shims are trimmed. Alright. So let's put this thing on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 4 in. And I'm going to snug them up. Then I'm going to put the 2 in the middle. And I'm going to tighten them down. Now the instructions say 110 foot-pounds. Which even for a 1/2 inch grade 8, which they are, that's a lot. So, however, according to my little chart, that's within limits. So, alright, here goes nothing. Set this on my knees a little bit. Extra set of hands would be nice. I've got this thing sitting on my knees, kind of. That helps. I forgot the shims in the middle. So, I don't really know if it will make much difference or not, but these shims go in the middle. This will be fun. Sometimes being short kind of sucks. Just barely put that nut on. And drop this side. I'm just going to put this nut on basically flush. Okay. There. Now we got it in. So flush. Here's another one. Just making it where the nut, where the bolt is flush with the edge of the nut. Basically, that way I can move it around where it needs to go. These shims are punched off center. So what I'm trying to do is this bolt here, I'm trying to make it like that. And then this bolt in the front, I'm trying to make it like that. So that's that. Now let's get these two. Okay. This one in the middle, I'm going to put it going this way. Right there. Top and middle. Snug up the very back one and the very front one. Just going to snug them. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put some blue Loctite on it. And then I'm going to tighten it to 110 and do do the same thing over there, but I want to just snug this up, double check, make sure everything is placed where I want it. And I'm just going to lightly snug it so that if I have to move it, I can. I'm going to check, and basically what I'm doing when I'm lining up to see if it's where I want it, I'm just going off these rivets under here, and I think it needs to go to the driver's side just a smidgen. And I think this side needs to go toward the rear. As good as it gets. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and snug these up a little bit more. Okay. Not killing them, I'm just giving them a little bit. Alright, now, let me get some Loctite. Loctite. I'm not going to put red on here in case I have to take it off. I don't want to fight that. Alright. Now, all you need is a couple of drops. This thing gets clogged up. Doesn't take a whole lot. And the nut should carry enough of it up there. And we're torquing to 110. Do it this way. Same thing, just a couple of drops. Doesn't take a lot. I like to put just a little bit more than a couple of drops. But that's me. I'm probably just wasting it. I like to make sure that it's got enough. I saw a good video the other day on YouTube about Loctite. Well, one of the Loctite employees was explaining what to use and how to use it. It was a very good video. Taught me a thing or two. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the front one here. Actually, I think I'm going to do the front one over here, and then the back one over here, and then the front one here, and then back over here. I'm the kind of guy that I don't really like to drill the holes in my frame. However, because it's already Swiss cheese, but sometimes you just don't have no choice. Then we'll do back one here. This thing, I don't know if there's like a chunk of this stuff in there or what, but it doesn't come out. And then I have to kind of shake it a little bit. find my nut here. And I'll need my nut. I need it. They say that this takes about 45 minutes to install. And I guess that's probably about right. Hard to say because I've been doing other things and trying to video the important parts at the same time. So it's taken me quite a bit longer than that. Okay, this is the last one. Alright, so we've got it. It's a Curt, 6,000 pounds, 600 tongue weight, and if you use a load leveling device, you can tow 10,000 pounds. This is a half-ton truck. I'm never going to tow 10,000 pounds. But I've got it. And if you look right there, you can see that those two shims are right up against this cross member, but not overlapping it. That's all there is to putting that on. And I do believe it's pretty dang straight. And I think it's going to be where I need it. The next step, and I probably should have waited till I had a bumper, but the next step is to install the rear bumper. And then I will have references for when I run my exhaust, because I'm going to bring my exhaust out at the corner of the rear bumper at an angle. It's just a personal preference of mine. Some people like to run it straight out the back. Some people like to run it out behind the back tire. Some people like to run it out in front of the back tire. It's just a personal preference of what you like, what looks good to you, and what you prefer. I personally prefer to bring it out kind of from up in this area here at an angle out, and bring it out to the edge of the bumper, which would be like kind of out in here somewhere. It's about, like right in here, because there's the tire, so it's going to be, like right in here. But that's what I like, and that is how you install a receiver hitch on your square body Chevy half-ton. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. I'm not going to spend a lot of time and effort making and editing and uploading videos if nobody's going to watch them, because there's just no point. But I hope that helps you. I hope maybe you can see how easy it is to do, minus all the metal shavings falling down into your clothes, getting into places you didn't know you had. Other than that, it's pretty easy. All right, we'll see you on the